Hello everyone, I will be working today on user interface and a few details that I didn't finish yesterday, and right now I'm working on the market. So if I would like to have the market, the icon, the text, and also the price for one single item, and for example in that case, if you have for example 5 of this one, I will have here the price for one, and I won't have here the price for 5 altogether, because I was implementing also clicking on control. You can buy and sell the whole slot with all the items, so it could be good to have both prices here, so you can see buying everything or just buying one. So that's what I want to put here. And this one is one item slot that I'm using for all of them. I'm using for the market, and then also the bowls, and also the inventory, and also crafting, recipes, and ingredients and everything. So this code is much more kind of complex, that only one line, but I'm using the same one for all of them. So what I was doing yesterday, I have already the price for one item, and I would like to have the price for all of them. So this one here that I was just doing, and I will use the same block, because just adding a new things here is fine. So what I will do is, here in this another node, I will add, I will move later this one, doing nicer or something, but at the moment it's fine just for testing. So I want to see that this is the price for one element. So, and now I will use the price for more than one. In that case I need to have, what's this item and amount. I need the amount here to see if this is bigger than one. In that case I will use kind of select. With this select I will use empty for let's say come on, okay. So if it's true, I will have like a make literal text, which is just empty at the moment. So that is what we want here, and then this is for breaking the item, and I don't need this one anymore. So in case that is Okay, this is false. In case that this is false, it's going here to writing nothing, so you will have only the price for one of them. But in case that's true, should be the price for all of them. So I will just take this price here and then just multiply by amount. So price multiply by this amount here, and that's the amount for this one. So I would like to have here also format. So I will have format here. I think it's easier just convert into text or something like that. So I will have here space, parenthesis, and then first element, and then also parenthesis here, and I will use this. So this one should be, and also I don't want to translate this one, and I don't want this one to be translated, and also not this one. Okay, so this one should be being shown in case that I have more than one. Let me try. Go to the market. Let's try this guy. So that's the thing, like, okay, this is 2, but this will have 5, we have 10, 1, 5, 24. It's not so nice right in there, but it works. So probably I will use, maybe, I don't know, that's the same font and the same text, so probably I cannot change with the colors, things like that, but I would like to have another color like I have here, but I think both of them are the same. But then what's the reason to be this is different text, probably this is different font. Okay, hey, good morning, evening. Did you stream it yesterday, or was it today morning or something like that? I didn't see, I don't have any email with you are starting streaming or something like that. Maybe you didn't. Okay, it's fine, just to say that you are streaming, and then I didn't have any notification, and I thought that I was just losing this one, missing that you were doing. Yeah, sometimes I have exactly the same problem, like, okay, we're streaming, but I don't know exactly what to do. That, of course, that could be interesting for people, not just doing things around, but not always easy. What is this one? Swing 20. That's why this text is different. It's fine. It's just to say that you are streaming, and I thought I was just missing this one. Okay, so now we have the price here for the group, which is fine. Should be, or in that case it's 1. Should be not being shown. Okay, so the problem I think is here about 1 or 0. Bigger than 1. Yes. But maybe you were working on outside of the camera. Had you been working on the AI? Okay, now it's fine. So I have, when I have only 1, it's just showing the price for one of them. But if I increase, I have the world price for all of them. So okay, so this is working, and this is buying the world thing. Okay, yeah, it also works with clicking. I think it's working, everything as expected, so it's fine. Okay, there's no prices here. Okay, I'm not working on mine anymore. I was just adding, as I say, for this one, those small things that should be working. This one was the last one that I was modifying, so in case that I'm just redoing the path, I need to fix this one. And for those, I was using boxes here. I think this is, yeah, I think this is one of them. Yes, I was using just blocks here, a couple of volumes here, and that's all. Was much easier just than being doing strange things. So at the moment I'm just leaving like that, putting here a couple of blocks and then keeping this one as the last one working. So at the moment everything is working with this path, and I don't need to modify or manage any other things. I was just leaving that they going inside, and this is fine. There are a few blocks like this, like triangles for some reason. I don't know what is this or why, but anyway, everything is working. So maybe it's about the terrain that they are going up and down or things like that. I was checking a lot of things with the triangles, like fill poly edges, triangles, to see what is happening here. For example, to see why I have those triangle strains or something like that. Maybe here this is not enough. So as you can see, they are maybe just about painting. I mean, I don't have any problem here with those triangles, but this is probably just painting for some reason. But everything is working, so I didn't spend more time. I didn't change anything, just as it is, everything by default, and that's all. Not changing that. I was just only working on user interface. I was adding also for the chest, and I was also finishing all those crafting. So let's test crafting again, just in case something is broken. I have just for testing, so I'm missing some icons. But here you have like gray if you don't have this one, and there's if you have, and there's the button also not working if you don't have all the ingredients. So it should be fine. I have a few sounds also when you are clicking, and this one's not working, but makes just the button, just to test that the button is working. I should maybe create something nicer, but anyway, the button is there. So crafting is working, the bolts are working, market is also working with the prices for them, and this one is working also with the buttons working already. The only thing is that the buttons need to be here, hover and pressed, but anyway, it works. I need to make this one nicer also, remove all of them just for testing, and this one. So this one is working already, and I think that's all for this one. That's fine. I will add here something easier. Just that's all. Okay, so that's the price for let's move this bit for things like that, and then this one should be moved also there, and I would like to have this one here probably. This one's fine, and then something like that, so I can move now like that, and then it's just going in front. let's add some comments. Item price here. Okay. So what more I'm missing? I was just trying also a small build, and I have found a few problems with a couple of doors. This one also, and there is this guy is also breaking everything when he's just coming for the iteration. So should be here, then just talking. Let me see, it is just working fine. Okay, I have this one, and then okay, yeah, that's the reason. That's just coming here and then it's just breaking everything. That's the same problem that I have in there. So this is one of the problem. I will just take note about this and then trying to fix later. Okay, another thing that I want to have is, for example, there are some items that you cannot sell. In that case, sell or buy. And in that case, you should have just I don't know, something to say that it has no price, and then maybe even being disabled, things like that. And then what I would like to do is, okay, I will add here probably. That's the key. That's the key small house here one. So yeah, if I have this one, I can take this one, which is fine. And then if I go here, it says this one, but I cannot buy sell. Should be the keys probably. So in case that is not available, it should be just line. So no, here item price should be this price for in case that's this one, or should be let's select here, select here will be this one of the options, and then another one will be just line if the reasons here the item. I will take this one here, rewrote no, and I will just create a new function, common function that probably I will create later on the items and things like that, but just to testing. Can't trade, and then I will say this is the item that I need to have. This is the item. That's the item. Well, no. This is item type. This one. Okay. So I will just do kind of break or get members. Okay. And then I will use probably the group for let me see what about the keys. The group not equal, and the group is the key, so being a key should be not possible to sell, just for testing. falling, so this is coming here, and this is pure probably. Okay, so just before testing I should go like can't trade, and in case that this is possible, this is can't trade, could be here. That's the option. If you can't trade, then it will be this one. If not, there is no option for you to do that. And also I will just check the same for when clicking trying to sell, which is here the market. On clicking item, there's a few things that I would like to check. So the thing is, get here the icon, this is the item. Okay, so let's move it to the right because I need to add here new. This is the icon here, is fine. Just a new check. Can't trade, and then here I need to have branch for just to be sure that this one, just to avoid the action if you cannot trade this one. In case that you can't, there is nothing happening here, and I need at least say here for to avoid the action. If it's true, it's fine. If it's true, it's fine here, and that's the item, and that's the condition here. Okay, so let's check again what's happening with this item that you cannot sell the keys. So I have the key, and then it should be like a line because you cannot sell this one even if you have enough money. So the thing is, it was just 300. I will just put on myself some money so I can do that, and then go to reset, and then go to testing here, and in my pocket I will be 500, so I have enough money. And also for this market will be having enough money, like 500. But anyway, should be not possible to buy sell this one. Oh, sorry, give me this one, and then nothing happening here. You cannot sell this one, which makes no sense. Sell this trade in case that is just in this inventory, makes no sense to check this one. So in that case I don't need to check. If you are display trading, and then I don't need this one because makes no sense having something there that you cannot sell. So this one is not needed. Just to be sure. This will be a new item, and then just a small house, and you have one. So there is no check here, so could be able to that is fine, but not this way. And then they were just selling anyway because it's just not having any check there for things that are not possible to check. But anyway, I think I will keep this one just in case. There's no undo. Okay. Which is really not needed, but just in case that I'm just doing something wrong, this one will be checking this option to avoid this one. So yeah, it's not possible to sell or trade anyway, sell or buy items that are being marketed as not possible. Okay, so and what is happening here? I can use this one, and then I cannot sell this one, which is fine. I could probably also make the button disabled for that case. I think I will do that. So here, this is the item, so that's the reason being here, but also I would like to have the button, which is, what's the name of the button? Button item. Okay, button, is it variable? It is. So, here, get, set enable, I think it is. Activated, what is this? Activated or enable? So it's enable should be, I think. Okay, just take this one. Wow, not nice. And the thing is, if it can, it will be here, so the same checking is valid for both of them. Yeah, exactly. Here this the icon, but you cannot even do that anything with this. So you have this one, this is fine, and then you have here in the inventory, but or probably I will just it's even better just collapse this one, I think. So it's just not you cannot see this one because you cannot sell this, but in that case maybe you are afraid that you have lost this one. So you have it in the inventory, but if you go to the market, what do you think? What do you think? Is better to keep this one as disabled, or should I just collapse this one so you cannot see the items that you have in the inventory that you cannot even sell or buy? Because I think in that case maybe you're afraid that you have lost this one, maybe, or this is kind of a bug that you want to sell some things but are not appearing there, which means of course that you cannot sell them, but maybe you think that this is a bug and you are missing things. But if you have this one here, great, like disabled, means this is not a bug. So I think I will leave like that. That is, people can see that it's already there, but it's not possible to do anything with them. It's just disabled. But I can do that, and not this one. So yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. What I would like to check also is about the scroll bar. I didn't add enough items to have this scroll at the moment, I think. So I will add a lot of items for the player. Hey Roiku, I didn't see you, sorry. I didn't check the message here. What I was thinking about, adding here more items. At the moment I have that all, then you can do stack with no limits, so let's try 8 maybe. So I need to have really different items and not more of the same amount. So I will add here, which is this, with stone, empty bucket, full bucket. Oh, this one I have ready. So flour, bread, and what more? I will add a few more to see if that's working. This is just for testing for the players, so just testing here. And onion bread. Okay, so let's see if the scroll is also working, because I'm not sure. I was just adding a scroll box, but I'm not sure about the size, for example, and things like that. So yeah, but that's the scroll box. Not really nice, but I mean it works, and this is the right size. So let's try, for example, here. All of them have the same, exactly the same code. What is happening here? Not transfer. Why not? Yeah, because here I have also the maximum that you can store here. So this is 6 or 5 in that case. What is 6? You cannot store more than this one. And then I would like also to have some information on screen about the size of this one, saying like this is full or not, things like that. So let's move here things, and this is also working. I should probably make nicer the scroll, but I mean, anyway, I was just checking that this is working, and it is. So that's all. So yeah, that's the thing. When here is working, and probably, of course, this is also working here. So that's exactly the same. Adding all those things here, and then you have this scroll. It's also working, and probably it's working here. If I'm just doing also should be, because exactly the same inventory size and everything. So what I'm missing right now is the size for this one to know when you have this inventory full or not. So that case is, I delete this one. It's also not this one. What I need is just on chest. Oh, that's the only one. It can be full of them, or what about the market? I think the market has also some items here. They have also the capacity here, so in case that I'm using the market, they don't have space for a lot of things. So maybe it could be some information here on the top, some number, or just here showing you the capacity of your inventory. And in case that I'm using this chest, let me see, probably I should maybe make this one longer to have the same information for all the user interface being exactly the same, like having here the money in case that you have, and then having here the size, the capacity for those inventories, or maybe putting here on the top. Not sure what could be better. Really don't know. What more do I have? Menu, crafting. About crafting, there is no information here. They not needed because no reason for that. So crafting, there is not needed. On chest are needed. Also your inventory of the player has also some amount that you cannot reach. So in that case, I will, if that's the inventory, I will have maybe, because that's the money that I will put here, just to be the same place for the same information as it is, and probably maybe here the amount for the inventory. In that case, I should use the same for here. So this money should be maybe on the left, and then here the capacity, and also here the capacity for the inventories that you have. And the chest, I will use also here the capacity on the button, so I will use for all of them the same size information, everything like that. Okay, so in that case, I should use, let's do first one. For example, here that's the bolt, and I will add a text, but I need to use adding this maybe on the right. So how I did for the markets, what is this? This is just money being fixed in some place. Okay, so I will do the same here. This is a text that I should use for this one will be in the center for all of them, and then I will move, let's say, something here. The text is changed for something like that, probably, and write some text 610, something like that for testing. Not here, and then there's no black, and let's do use the same for all of them. So let's say that is something, it will be at the moment here, but in fact it's not here, it's just on the button, but I'm afraid that I cannot see this one if I'm aligning to the right one. What is my aligning text? This one. Okay, and in that case, when I'm updating here, this is update, yeah, the inventory, and then I need to update this text, that is not text block. This one is bolt capacity and should be variable. Okay, and then sorry, I need to set here the value, set text. This is the one for, and then in that case I need to have this target inventory. So yeah, wait, let's move this one and then do each one at the right time. So you have closer all the links. So in that case I need to use, I will use also format. It's much easier just using select or combining or things like that. So what I need to do is, there's the first one and then the slash and the second one, and what I need to have is inventory and then get capacity. Why not? Is this inventory? Yes. Let me check about the code. Maybe it's not here the possibility to take the capacity. I don't think that this is, yeah, this is not the property, so yeah, probably I need to create a few of them, a couple of methods. This is C++, so I will do, and then capacity here. Okay, I have this one already, which is get size here, so this one will be the one that you are, the maximum that you have. And then what I would like to have is the items, so I think I will get items and then length. Probably I will do in the same operation for one method from C++, taking all those information on both of them, like used, total, things like that, just to know how a lot of strange things here. And then let's play and see what's happening on it. Okay, 325. Okay, it works, and this is 25 capacity by default is 6 and the capacity is 6. Okay, what is happening here? This is 5, 6, save. This is 6. Okay, this is 6. So it's just showing 6. And I would like to have maybe just as information like different color when this is full. So I will use also color for this one. So set color and opacity, and then the color that I will choose is just creating here make slate color. No, I want to use select. I want to use a select for this one color and then I will do things like both are equals. So in case that this is equal to this one, means this is full. So I will use this for information, and then I will choose here which color I will show for depending on the case. I will do nice later. So this is true. In case that is true, I will use something, I don't know, something like that, and then otherwise will be default gray. And I will also change the size to something smaller, so it's easy to test. So 3 and 4, and then it's 4. Why not? Yeah, not transfer because it's just full of them. And also I see here that the screen, or maybe this is just about the screen only. No. So yeah, so this the scroll bar should be taking count of the size of this one, which is here is nice, but in case that this scroll is being shown, I don't have them. So nice things. And also I have on the top a few. This is a shadow that I want to have, or maybe I need to have a bit higher. But it's just not important now. So why not? It's just showing this one has different color. If this is equal, which is, and then it should be, oh yeah, of course there's nothing happening here if you are not going through the node. Try again. So add a new one. Yeah, this is changing the color just to be sure that it's full of them. There's not nice colors for, but anyway, it's just a different color for checking this one that is already full of them. I was just trying also the red color for example ingredients that you don't have things like that, but it's not going well with those wooden texture, and then red color is just lost completely. I don't know why. So for example here, as you can see, the red one is not going well with this one, with this color. So okay, so I have this one for this is the chest, and I need to do exactly the same for this another inventory, player inventory, I think. So this is one of the things, and this is one condition, and don't repeat yourself. So I think I will create a function here like update capacity, and in that case what I need is just my inventory, I think, and also I need to pass, which is inventory. and also I need to pass which is the text block that I'm using. Text block could be fine. That is managing this one. So this is text and this is text here. Okay, and then I just remove all those code. That is really not nice. So let's say all of this I will put here, and I will do nicer. So this one's on here. This is the text block, so this one, and then also here I will add later some, I don't need this, and then this is for the inventory that I need. So that's the inventory, and also here. Okay, and it should work for any of them, so I can just reuse this code for the another inventory. And in fact I should use for all of them, not only for the chest but also for market and inventories, about everything. So probably where should I put this one? Because one of the things that I would like to have is just widgets and child widgets inheritance that I can reuse all of them. But the thing maybe is I need to create, I'm not sure about common functions for widgets, which I didn't try, but I will try right now. Function blueprint function library, and then common widgets. I would like to see if I can create a new one here, and then new function here, and could I just create this one or not? And then inventory. Sorry, and this is inventory, and then a new one, text block. This is text here. The question is this function able to be called from the widget? I hope so. Yeah, I think so. So this is also the text block here. Yeah. And then I will just ignore this one and remove those things, and then I will use what's the name of this one? Update inventory capacity. Okay, and then update inventory capacity here, and what I need to pass is this inventory here, and then I need to pass the text that is this one. So this is get, and this is get here, and the player inventory is coming here closer, because I'm planning to reuse the same function with all those colors and everything for every inventory that I have in any place. So it's just much better just not having only here, but just reusing for all of them. So this is the player inventory, and I need to have exactly the same, but copy and then paste in this canvas. Inventory capacity, and then reuse. This one will move to, oops, yeah, it's fine, something like that. At the moment it's fine. Save here. So that's the inventory player, and then this inventory object reference. with inventory object reference. So what the problem is, let me see, inventory player, get inventory probably, inventory, no. So this is inventory object reference and this is inventory object reference. So what's the problem is, how is this one being used? Oh sorry, because this one is just a widget to be used but not the real inventory, so I need to get player inventory, player get inventory, and should be fine now. Yes, and then this text here get, and that's all. Now both should be updated. I don't remember what is the size for the 10 elements, so in case that I'm using this one, it's just full of them, so I cannot even store more here. But if I'm moving things, this is fine, but I cannot move more of them because they're as full of them. Okay, so that works for both of them. And then for this chest I can remove this one, I don't need it, delete, so it's fine. On update this one is working, and now I will do exactly the same but maybe with the market, having also the site for them. So in that case I should use text for here. Could I just copy between them, so in case that I'm just copy this one and then going here for the market, and I will try to paste, which is working perfect. So I don't need this one. This one is the inventory capacity that I will just put here at the moment, and this is a variable, or everything is like that, and then it's update. In this update what I need is market coins, this is market, so yeah, and what I need is here update inventory capacity here, and then reuse this inventory, and then this is the market I don't have yet, and that's the player. So let's move it, and then update here the update inventory capacity, and then reuse player get inventory, that's the player, and then what I need is this one, that's get, and this get, and I will add also a new one for paste here, and then it will be text bot in market capacity, and I should just move to some place here, things like that. This is fine, and the only thing that I'm missing here is this one here, get, and then this is the text box. So test the market also to see if the capacity is going there. 9 to 10, 2, so just let's move about things there. Okay, this is full, I can say, and let's move a lot of things here, so it's 9, 1, this is fine. Do I have things here that I could? This is 10 already, and then this is 10 also, so 10 is, yeah, so it's exactly the same, and I could just change the code for one of them, and it's working for all of them. And another thing that I need to do is in the inventory of the menu here, so I will also add a new one here. This is panel debug, this is panel hands, this is current player, this is the inventory player, so I will add here around that space here, and them should be according to this one, which is there. So I will let you have probably something like that. That's fine. I will leave here at the moment. So what I need to do is some update. When I'm updating the inventory player here, so move everything to the right and then update this text. Update inventory capacity here. What I need is inventory player get inventory, and the text that they need to use is this last one that I was creating, not this one here. And it's also already the inventory for here. Well, the number is not nice, but I mean it is working. And let's see what is happening here. If I'm moving things here, so I have 3 of them and I have 3 of them here. So yeah, that's working for all of them, and just need to be a bit nicer, but the numbers are here. But I think that I should align to the same, not just to the center, but probably things like that, to having something like that probably. Or I could just put all together with some vertical box, could be easier, but they're just visuals, so not a big problem about this. So that's the number here. If I'm doing this also being here, this fine, so it works like that. I think I will move all those things for debug, that I don't want to have this. I just moved to another place. It's just debug. What is debug? Debug panel canvas debug here. Okay, so this panel canvas I will move here, for example, that is not messing with things. And also I have this text day, that's this, that I will move also inside of this. Is it possible or not? To this canvas. Okay, so now the thing is, what is this? Something that is broken with this text day, block day, time, current time. What is this? So what's strange? This is probably something like that is going to something strange about the anchors. So it should be here. This is for testing, so I don't care about this. This is fine, and then I will take this one, moving a bit, and then just all of them. Also here for just for testing, so here is not messing with this one. Yeah, that's fine. This is fine. This is a dirt. I think I could move. Things like that. And then this one will be things like that. Okay, that's all. This is fine. For widgets, I think I will move to the common functions here. I will create a new function here. Oh, in that case I need to replace all of them, I think. Can I merge functions? I don't think so. Inventory here. This is inventory. Oh, this is a text block. And then I will create a new category that is widget. So I will have here this one, and I will just replace all of this. So this X here is paste, and this is the inventory here, and this also inventory here, and then I will have this one, things like that. Okay, so it works. The thing is to replace now the one that I was using. I'm not sure if this one can find it. So what I do for that case is it's just changing, for example, something like a new parameter, there's nothing, and then I change this one to something like that, which is just breaking everything, and then they will be notifying about every function that is bad. So this is just, and then just try to compile and say this text block is not fine. So update inventory capacity with the common functions here. So that's the text. You mean cooking on the editor, say cooking all the assets for Windows testing, or you are really making a package? Update inventory capacity old. That's cool. I'm doing almost every day. I have some scripts that I was doing for making all the packets and deleting files, moving, and then making a zip and then uploading to my server all the day. So every day I'm doing that just to check if of course something is broken, and I'm testing things there. Like for example, most of the editor things are working with NPCs, but then when I'm just starting these packets that is just exe for release, there are some of them that are broken for some reason, I don't know, and yeah, I'm having problems there. So I need to check about, for example, this is about the time that they are starting or doing this begin play and things like that. So yeah, it's a few things are broken, so that's the reason that I'm doing almost every day and checking if something is broken, something big or something like that, not checking everything. But when I'm trying to do all those tests, of course I'm doing this X file, because in the editor more or less everything is working, but not for this release. But mine takes not much, like maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to do that. So it's not really a big one, and in the end I have like 300 megabytes, I think. That's the final version with because I'm not almost using any of the contain or engine contain or everything like that, so I'm just removing all of them. And no, and also your computer is much faster than mine, because I have all the time all those warnings about that card is so slow, like 0.5 megabytes a second. Try to to remove it or use another one, things like that. So I don't think that my card is going faster than 1 or 2 megabytes a second, because it's taking a lot of time, and then it's compiling a few files that I have in C++, but it's taking much longer because, for example, I have all those nativized blueprints. I have around maybe 100 blueprints, or I don't know, 120, plus maybe 30 or 40 classes in C++. So it takes longer to compile everything to make this actually with my code and all the nativized C++ code from blueprints. So that's a lot of time taken from compiling, but not a lot about the assets. Yeah, probably I have more assets than you, but I don't think that is so slow just taking all the assets. Come function here, and what is this? That's the widget, and this is my function. This is pure. No, this is not pure. But anyway, that's the way to do it, like checking all the time in those release code, because for example, when I'm testing in the editor, of course it's not doing all the compiling of those blueprints. That is most of the things that I have problems are just trying to compile, and then there's some I don't know, class constructor or some arrays that are not working well. So you mean a cave system is the same as you were doing with your buildings, with your houses, or what do you mean with a modular cave? Just having a few assets with big rocks, or what? Wait, this one is not working. That's inventory capacity old. So this one, this is the old one, and I want to use update inventory capacity new one. That's the new one. Okay, so this one go here, and the inventory goes here. Cave system. Things like that. Or you can try something like at the moment, like ABC 1, 2, 3, and you will keep this one for a few months, you know. When you say, well, I will write something, I will change later, and then you keep doing months. And the inventory capacity here, and then this one, and this one, and that one. Just standard market. Where's my inventory here? This one and that one. So this one is broken. This is fine. And then what's the last one? This one, I think. So let's give me this note. Here. I think that the last one being replaced, and everything should be working right now. Market. What's the problem with the market? Still there is a problem here. Text block. Okay. That's the inventory here, and remove. Now should be fine. Yes. Okay. This is the menu. It's just this market. This item slot, and then say all. Let me just restart the editor at the moment because I don't have enough RAM already. It's just top on it. I need to wait until it's just removing everything from. No, it's fine. Okay. Just to be sure, before when working and keeping so high RAM, I have some problems, and then the editor is crashing, and then I'm losing things, and so on. So I just try to keep from time to time just restarting. It's only happening when I'm working with blueprints. I think that it's just keeping all those undo operations, things like that. Oh, I forgot. Every day I'm forgetting all those links. Come on, go. Okay, that's taking a little time. Right there. So what's the next? I have 45 minutes yet. I'm not sure what I will do about this. So okay, go there. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, so let's see if everything's broken. Yeah, it happens. I don't really know why. Unnamed. What's this? Menu. Reference all nodes. Sometimes it happens just in restarting, and then a few things are, I don't know, something is broken. So refreshing all those nodes seems to work most of the time, but sometimes you need to do a few times until it is fixed. I don't know. So let's check this one. This is the capacity for this one. So this is fine, and then it's not possible here. This is fine. And then this one with the prices and everything like that, and then this one that I don't have, if I'm taking from this place, should be here. It is, and yeah, it's fine. And this one is also working, and there's no capacity of course here because it's not needed, and should be also here with this thing. Why I can do that? Is it a tool? Exactly. What was the problem here with this? Let me put here something. I will sell this one. I understand I can use seed on the bucket, and then, well, why this one? Why this one? So let me see. Vegetable, this seed. Okay, I see what the problem is. It's not well labeled, so let's say the code is working, but this one was labeled as seed, and you can put seeds in your hand, so that's the problem, that this one is going on that way. I have found also a problem that when you have full inventory, you cannot switch off things. For example, here you can put in your hand, but in case that you have full inventory, it's not possible to put, let's say for example here, seed, and then I will take this one, I will have a new one, so it's full of things. If it's full, you cannot even do that like this seeds here, because you don't have enough space, so you cannot remove from this one, which is fine, and you cannot remove this one, which is fine. In that case, that for example I'm using this one, should be maybe possible to check this one, which is fine, but then you are losing this one. I see what the problem is. So okay, when you are clicking equipping those things, this is the menu, and then it's just the event, and then here is just trying to equip some hand, remove, and then click this. This is fine. Okay, it's not here. The thing is, item slot, when I'm clicking on the items, should be not here, so it's just on click item, which is coming from inventory. Where's inventory here? On click slot, it's going to market, and then it's going to just market crafting. Is it not this one? It's where's the button for this one? So here is has item, equip right hand and equip left hand. So probably that's the code. That's the problem is you are putting in your hand, but you are not taking. So probably the first thing that you need to do is be sure if you can just, this is fine, removing everything like that. But what I was doing is first put on the right on the hand, and then I'm just moving to the inventory, and this second step is failing, so everything is failing. So what I should do is first trying to put this one in your inventory and then put this one here, but in that case should be fine if you're just exchanging them. But in case that you are, for example, trying to exchange this one, that you have more than one, it's not possible to change because you are taking one, put here, but this one is not enough space because it's full of things here. So that's the problem for, I will also write here this problem, full inventory and full hands, exchanging item with amount bigger than 1. Okay, because later I will fix all those small little things for edge cases that makes no sense being here, fixing all those things for, but it's fine to finding a few problems like that, which probably should be is your hand should be maybe counting slots at the inventory, probably, not sure, but it's fine. This is fine. So let's try This is fine. Let's close everything here. Let's see what's happening with this guy. Why is sitting down there not properly when... Let's check the plan. The plan graph here. Sit on the bench. Sit up. Go home. Wait. Leave home. This is leave home. What is doing? This one. Leave home is just next plan, so yes, this doing nothing. Let's do it this one. And the thing is going to sit on bench again. But in that case, leave home probably need to be something outside. Do I have still the doors? I don't remember. I was working on the doors that I have at least some pointer close to the place that should be. But this one's going there, it's fine. The problem is maybe the rotation route. So let's do that. When this guy is arriving to this one, sit on bench, which is this. Sit on bench. This is so plan. Sit on bench here. It's just moving. It is fine, and then we should have this. Just right in the current orientation of the capsule. Get actor rotation. Just something like that. Just string. I would like to have just here for this guy. Good that is failing also during this is the E. This is it's also failing during the editor because now I need to just restart every single time and things like that. Okay, so go there. So when this guy is just this another guy. So when the starting is taking this I minus is fine, and this also this one. Probably the problem is coming from the capsule, so let's take this get capsule. Get capsule and then get rotation. Relative rotation, is it? That's here. Oh no, sorry. The related rotation. So probably I need to have this one. Go. Okay, it's sitting 130 should be everything fine, and then go faster. It's coming again. Okay, so sit on bench should orientate the guy to This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Sit down actor event. Okay, so that's the sit down event. And here, calculate the side is fine. And then calculate final rotation. That's the problem here, probably. End rotation, if NPC. I was just missing this one for some reason. And then probably something like that. I think I had this problem in the past because exactly that's the problem for the guy. So we had the same rotation of this actor capsule component. The end rotation should be current end rotation. Subtract this one. So this is the capsule, this is the actor, this is the rotation, and then this is the one, probably is the opposite one. Let's do something fast. Okay, completely broken. So the end rotation should be the one for side select with all rotation. This is fine. But the thing is, I would like to have the capsule being get capsule component. I would like to do set world set relative rotation to 0. Just to be sure. Otherwise it's just doing strange things. So this is fine. Then going faster. Oh, sorry, we need to have those conversations first. Yeah, there's something broken. Nah, just ignoring me. So probably the thing is, after walking, maybe, because I'm not sure about moving, it's just moving the actor or moving the capsule. Just for example rotating, things like that. I think it's just moving the capsule, so that's the problem, that initially this capsule is just taking care about being 0, which is already 0 I think. But if I'm trying to do, this is just ignoring those rotations just for the actor, but the capsule should be, it's also there. Okay, let's try being 0 here, just in case. This one is fine. Let me see. Nothing. Minus 98. So the rotation of the player is not even taking care about this, so it's not a problem at all. She's not being a problem. But just coming for the second time, it's having problems on it. So let's do something. Okay, sit on bench. So this guy sit on bench 1 second, and then go to location. That's the second one. Just move to some place. I don't know. World location, get actors, world location, location here, add vector plus vector, and then I will just, I don't know, 200, 100, and after that sit again on the bench for 1 second. This is fine. So we walk into some place. Oh. Sit up. Sit on bench. Go to location. Event. What is happening here? Restart plan. This is go to location. Go to location. This is fine. Okay. Get forward vector. Get forward vector. Get forward vector, and then multiply for 300, and that's the final destination. What the problem is with this one? So here this actor location plus plus this vector, and now is this one. Let's go. Okay, so moving, it's trying, but let's say the forward vector is going not forward but kind of right. This is maybe taking care about the orientation of this character, so that's why it's going something strange. And after that I will just use I will just restart plan, that's all. The second one will be restart plan. So it seems like the forward vector is going not forward, so it's maybe related to capsule orientation, things like that. So I will keep this this is about mess. Forward vector is about get capsule or actor forward vector. Let's see again. Okay, so the capsule is just being fine. At this time it's just walking to some place. Okay, I will take, for example, I don't know, something like that, or anything here. For example, this one. What is this location? Copy and then make literal vector. Why not make a vector? Probably could I just paste the no. This is the one to add. If could I just paste here? No. Okay. And this one is minus this one, and then that's 0. So I need to go to this location, that's all. Okay. This guy is just sitting there, and then should be, because what I want to do is just moving that walking, should be rotating this one to see if something's happening there. This one arriving, and then coming back, and we'll see what's happening. At the moment, since working fine, so even with rotating, walking, since fine. So it doesn't matter that the problem is just walking since working fine. Just in case, what is this? That's the E. That's the E working there. This is 5,003. So this one should be even rotating more to have the direction for this place. So this guy walking there to this box. This is fine. and it's working at the moment. So since the problem is in another place but not this one, so this thing set up maybe here, the problem is here. No, go home event, but the problem is you just get inside location. Let's see what's happening when it's going just inside, if everything's broken there or not. Or probably that's the problem. Probably that's the problem with the proxies that is just fighting against, and probably this sweep check that is just losing maybe the orientation during the time that's just fighting against all those proxies here. So that's the thing, that's fighting against proxies. Hi Lizard King, let me see. Item defaults. I was creating everything is C++, but I was creating, let me show you. I have a custom game instance which is just having game manager, okay? So nothing more, it's completely empty, just game manager. And with this game manager I have all the things that I need. So I have there's not much things, but not much code. The thing is here, so in this game manager I have mission manager, user interface manager, auto manager, item factory, that is the one that we need, and then action manager, task manager, and so on. This item factory is full in C++, okay? So I will show you here this item factory. Okay, so this item factory, what I'm doing is I need to use Notepad. I cannot open Visual Studio at the same time, sorry, that's too much RAM for me. But what I'm doing is just defining all the items, so all the items with description, okay, just kind of this is the type of the items, and then I was defining item groups, and I have item unit which is having all those properties, the members, like this, the type, the group, the description, the icon that you have, and then weight, price, and things like that. So creating default values, nothing more like that. And then I have ingredients, recipe, which is exactly the same, managing everything is about this item type. And I have a few functions to create things, this is fine. And then I have this item factory, which is just creating all the items, let's say, from those information. So from this item factory I will go here, and what I was creating was a few of macros just to add them to this item factory, have in the end a list of this map for items. So I have like all the items created on one single object that I can at any time asking for them. So in this item factory I was using those macros to just insert in this map. So there's nothing really complex, it's just inserting in this map with the properties I need to have, or just using a construction for this. Here is just using the constructor for the class, which is a struct but not a class, and exactly the same for recipe for one ingredient with 2, 3, 4 ingredients, something like that. And then I'm using this one macros for create all the items in this item factory, which is just a map. And the thing is, I'm using here the item type, the group, the key, which is the key for icon name, and also localization key, and the description with everything like that. So this small text that I'm using as a key for translation, translating the name of the keys and the description, is also the one that I'm using for the icon name. So if I go to the item that is just creating with this constructor, you have here, this is the default values with nothing, okay, but you have also here the creating this one. So here is the code for the icon, so this one, okay. So what I'm doing is just, okay, some variable for the path and texture, and then I'm using this path for all my items, and then just appending the key param. So it just the icon that I'm using is the same one that I'm using as a name, which is actually the same that I'm using for translating. So just as a convention for to use the same one, I don't really need to create a new one. And then this texture is just creating a static load object. So when I just pack in my game, it's just asking for this code, this static load, and telling me if I'm missing items or not, just saying in the code, and then just creating slate bruise as an icon, and then, well, if not, I'm just using default icon, something like that. And that's all for the icon. And then in the future, when I want to use or I want to know about this icon, I'm just taking the parameters of this one. So I can use this icon because it's just property from blueprint. So this also from blueprint. So let's say, for example, here, anyway, place here. So I want to have an, I'm not sure if I can make literal here item, probably not. Okay, just for testing. New bar, that is an item, and then I will create, I have an option to item, which is item type plus amount, or I can use this one. This is just item type. So if I use this one, this item type, I can do this get members, and then you have all the same. So I have the group description, and this one is Bruce already ready to use in, I don't know, anyone that you have in your widget on screen. So, well, class default is just kind of, it's exactly the same I'm using on, let's say, in the game instance, which is just custom having game manager. In this game manager, I have a class with all of them coming from C++, and after that I was just creating a few of them things for being useful like that, for example. So you can take all the property for this one, which is kind of static because this one is the same for all of them, but instead of just, I don't know, creating here about this one, I'm just taking get members coming from what's this one, ingredients here. I think this one is going to, okay, so get members is coming here, which is exactly saying game manager, and then take this item factoring and then going to this member, something like that. Well, I'm at this time, as you can see here, it's just using wind 8 means, yeah, should be 255. At the moment I didn't have problem with this huge number of items. I don't use too much, but in case that, for example, is not enough for me, I was already working on those groups, so I don't have 200 groups, but I could have maybe groups for them. So in case that I want to have, and not enough here for one of them, I could just group them by what's a group item. So I could have 220, and then in the way to this get members here, which is a function for C++, I could just take first which item, which group, and then from this group I could maybe take all the properties or things like that. So yeah, it could be a problem, but even like that I was thinking about groups. So probably if it's not enough, I will move items to groups, and then I will create a new per group, let's say here. So in case that is item type, will be item type group, and then I will have more of them, and I will just map between them. But yeah, it could be a problem. At the moment I'm not thinking about this, that is too much, but in case that it is, anyway, everything is C++, so I could create my variable and then just matching between them. For example, I could use this display name with some, I don't know, like group here, group 1 or group 2, and then just because I'm getting those members, so I'm just converting from the group and the item and then just giving to the blueprint only the information that I really need to have. So it could be something tricky, but at least being in C++, I can, well, let's say, manage this one, and I'm using a map for storing all of them. So that's the thing, that the items are really using this enum as the key, but I could use maybe another key because it's just a map, so there's not really limit to 255. So the storage of the items is not limit, but only this key. But I could use another key because this is item type, and I can change this item type to be not enum but be just a number. In that case, of course, I would like to I need to change this one and not be so easy. So in case that you want this one, this is coming from this code. This is coming from item factory, so in case that you pass this item, which is maybe a number bigger one, not 255, it works. The only thing is, for example, when I have drop downs, that is the only part that is not working with drop downs. Otherwise, everything is working. I mean, this is a number here, and that case is enum, but it could be just integer. So in case that this item is integer for a key, my code should be working because this is the key that I'm using for just the map. So in case that I'm just taking this get members, it's just going here and then get members coming here. So this is the item type, but as you see here, this is saying for finding. So find is just what's find? What find is here? Find is just using this key for iterator, and then this items find. So this is the key that I'm using in the map. Changing this item for an integer, for example, my code is still working because it's the key using for the maps, searching for that. Well, in fact, I have inventory class. Let me see here, inventory class, and this inventory class is using this item, which is a combination of this item type and then the amount and maybe another things that I have here. So in case that I change this one, this number, and used integer here and not this item type, my inventory is working because it's also another this f item is just a list of them, so there is not being limited by this one. But the only thing is the structure that I'm using, which is a struct, is not really limited to 255. So it's just, this is the key for the item that is being stored there. If I use integer, nothing changes, exactly nothing, because it's not being used anymore. It's just the only problem that I could have is about, as I said, for drop downs, that then blueprints are not giving you the option to have drop downs for integers. I understand this one, but that's the only thing that I could have, because even in the inventory is not taking care about this is enum, but it's just using as a key, you know, it's not really being used. Can be integer, number, or even text. I could use here, for example, not the key, this one, but the key as text that I'm using, for example here. For all of them, they have a key here as a text for translation and also for the icon. I could use in the inventory the same key, which is unique, and store here the key and the amount, and then that's all. When you are just checking if you have this item or not, just checking for this key. So there's not different for the inventory at all. I understand about this item factory that you don't have enough space, and then you need to think about how to manage all of them with different numbers or names or things like that. But the only thing that is problematic is about having enum, which is a blueprint, accessible. So in that case you have drop downs. For example, I can do things like that here, equal, and then equal I can use enum, because here it's fine. If it's just an integer, I have here just integer, and it's not possible to check against any of the items. Not so easy to see, you know. That could be the problem here. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can find problematic in the future if I need to change my structure about integers, for example, to have as a key instead of this enum. That's the thing. I didn't think about this really. I didn't think. You are just commenting right now, and I didn't think about, is it enough for me or not? I didn't think about this really. I didn't think about more than 200 items, but maybe, yeah, probably, because I was already, I don't know how much I was defining. But even like that, I say maybe just equal here with enums. In fact, this is already a lot of them that I don't really need, and could be good to have, let's say, only the group of them. So in case that this is a group for example, I don't know, this item is a group of tools, I would like to have here only tools and not all of them, because it's not possible to have tools as at the same time seeds, for example. So could be good to have here a list of items of the same group, the same type, only about this, but not all of them. But I don't know how to do that at the moment on Blueprint. I think I need to create my node, but I don't know how to do to fill the drop down for this node. Did you try this one? Did you do nodes in Blueprints where you can just fill this drop down? In that case, could be really good to have, for example, as I said, this item taking this group, and then the same group you have here the same options, because all of them are just for comparing for equal or not, or for example inserting in the inventories and everything. So here, for example, if I have this market or this one, this chest, so in that case I have items here. Well, you can, because you can do the reference. For example, this one you have here, make literal integer, let's say, and you do that. This is increment int, which is a macro, but if you go here, you can see that this one is set integer by reference. Can you see here? This is a reference, and I have already this one. So let me show you Blueprint. I think it's here. That's the event graph, and let me show you here, for example, this one, add and test, which is using a reference here. So it's just yeah, like 2 levels of things like that. But for example, this one is elapsed state time. This is variable, of course, and this is passing by reference. So after this one, it's just really modifying this one, and this one is mine from code. So I will just show you here. Let me show. What is this? Source code, helper, and I think this one. Not this one. Sorry. This one. So let me show you here. What is the name of this function? Is add and test. Inventory, get pockets editor, add and test. Okay, this small function that you can see here is this one. Okay, so that's the same function here. So this one is using this one as reference, and this one is not as reference, just a value. So in that case, I have 3 parameters. So I was using this uparang with ref, which means this part is a reference. That's why I have this one kind of output variable, output parameter, but in fact is input parameter. So I'm receiving this one, this part, and I'm increasing here, for example, this delta, which is a normal input parameter, and this one is also input parameter, and then I'm just changing this variable, and after that it's just finishing. But after that you are changing this variable which is coming from blueprint, and you are changing this one on C++. Yeah, I think so, because this is a variable which is just a float here, but I don't think that is a problem. It's right here like a item type, and then yeah, it's passing here the parameters that you can just change this one. So I don't think that that's a problem. I didn't try, but I don't think it's a problem, because any variable that you can use here, like a parameter input, output, and everything like that, you can use. So probably you can use and passing as a reference any enum, and then after you can even modify this one. But what's exactly the problem? Did you try this one? Because this is working for me. I'm just passing as a reference some value, modifying, and this is working. I mean, it's already working here. And for example, this one is also mine, and this adding. So this is just a variable that you have here. Let me see. So this variable is blueprint. I was creating this variable on blueprint, and then it's passing this one by reference. So this one is also coming from my what's this information, code definition, because it's just code, and I have here this is add. So this one is this small one here. Okay, so the parameter is float as a reference, and there's another float as value that is coming as input parameter, and this is a result for coming here if you need this one. So in that case, I'm just using this variable. This is blueprint defined, passing to as a reference, modifying this one, and then, well, the result is just the result of them. But anyway, this one is a variable from blueprint only, no, C++, and then it's being managed in this C++ code, and it's not a problem managing or modifying variables in blueprints from C++. So I don't see any problem maybe managing or just changing enums if you need this one. I don't know why, but well, if you need this one, could be fine enough to do that. So enum of group, returning enum of items of that group. Well, I have already let me show you something. It's not maybe exactly what we need, but items, convert items. For example, this one is from, it's just blueprint. Okay, so this is one extractor from items, which is empty, and this is receiving one from ingredients, and then it's just converting to items, and then just okay, returning this change to ingredients to items. Okay, so this is one that I was doing on blueprints that I want to pass to C++ code in the future. And I was also doing where do I have this one code for parameters that you have? For example, I think missions. Let me see, missions. Mission probably here. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, it's missing here. Okay. Where's this one? So I have a function here for initialize missions. So it's just how to save, leave me alone. Okay. Mission manager, missions, where are missions? So missions, demo, and then notify with this. No, what's this even graph? Okay, so this is just function to missions that is initialized. Okay, and this one is receiving an array already. So you can have array for, in that case I'm using text array. Okay, so this one is receiving array as parameter, but I think I could use also as a reference, so I could just change this one. But in case that no, you can just use a new one. I'm going output parameter from this one. So I have functions. This is this one. So this is the one that I'm using. So this is param as array here, as you can see. This is array param, but I was creating also arrays as output. So there is not a problem having arrays as input or arrays as output, or even, as I say, reference for values or things like that. So what you want exactly to do is enum of group, which is means taking the group of the enum, or taking one variable of the group, and then you want to receive all the items that are assigned to this group. Yeah, so I just giving a group, and then you want to have all the items for this group. Is it true? Let's do something. Common function here. Just a new function just for testing. So this is a new function that is just get items by group, let's say. Yeah, and the thing is, you want here taking group. So this item group, item, or just group. Okay, group, and this is item group, which is enum, and then you want to have here item that match this one. So the thing is, I have this item, and then you have this here. This is the thing that you want to do. So having this group for those items. Yes, that's the thing. You have here enum as okay, so here I take the group. Okay, or do you want to take the item here and then okay, so here what we need, just a text, the group, the item, which one? Because sorry, I don't understand the question, what we need to do. So what is coming here? This food tool, something that is just text, or this is the group? Because if I have this group, I have these groups already. So let's say here, for example, item group. Okay, and then if I do set русский тоже говорю. Если понятно, непонятно, я лучше здесь спросить, потому что я тоже и написать тоже возможно на русском, так нормально тоже читаю, если вы так объяснить. Поэтому пишите нормально на русском, я могу все читать, не проблема, я объяснил. Вот, здесь у меня есть это enum, и поэтому я еще могу сделать, например, все это группа. Да? И могу сказать, что да, tool или food или какой хочу. Вот это уже есть. Да? Это такое есть. Ты поменять или что? Но как это типа есть group type. Да? Item group. Вот. И невозможно, что это потом будет item. Потому что это другое. Невозможно, например, это text integer или какой-то не бессмыслие какой. Вот, здесь хотели, например, item, а не group, а item, да? Просто как нормально, обычный. Да нет? Вот так. У меня есть группа, и я хочу знать какой-то один item, или все item, которые на этой группе, или что какой. но это item, возможно, на другая группа. Но вот тогда что надо, думаю, есть типа как класс и parent класс и, ну, и класс по-другому. Если это будет типа генеральный вообще, а потом есть какой-то специализация, какой будет, например, если будет item обычный или item food, item good и так далее, что как будет на один типа для всех. Это, например, у меня есть, как это объяснить, например, класс есть, подожди, как Blueprints Interactive, например. Вот, у меня есть, например, это, или это, или это. Да, все то, что будет, какой-то класс, parent класс Interactive, да? И это тоже parent класс, тоже, ну, это тест, если я буду, это parent класс Interactive, хорошо? Если будет кровати, например, parent класс Interactive, понятно? Вот, если у меня сейчас есть, например, где-то какой, если я хочу здесь, могу просто Interactive, вот, и могу, например, если я делаю здесь это просто var, какой я хочу, вот, если var, я это делаю cpp, хорошо, get, пойдет, хорошо, но давайте поменять, что я хочу, будет такой, например, chest, bp, вот chest, change, вот, хорошо, и еще идет, понятно? Вот, ну, так и enum можно делать, потому что, смотрите, ну как, enum, хорошо, это enum, да, но у меня это enum просто это цифры, потому что у меня реально есть это item, item есть group, есть description, есть icon и так далее. У меня item есть struct, а не enum. Не проблема, я просто говорю, что у меня item есть struct, а не enum. Enum просто есть это key, как это узнать? Но item есть struct, а struct это класс. Ну просто так public, но все остальное. Поэтому у меня item есть класс. Вот. Тогда я могу сделать item base. Я потом могу сделать другой несколько item. So здесь у меня здесь будет как раз. Это здесь item. Вот. Это item, вот, который есть здесь. Это сейчас, это не enum. Это struct. Понятно как? Поэтому если я делаю это, например, тоже item. Хорошо? Да, change. Вот. Конечно, здесь идет хорошо, но у меня есть типа это key и amount, и еще больше возможно. Потому что у меня item не цифр. Item есть много. Ну как? Да, ну, может быть, да, не понимаю, вопрос никакой. Вы хотели здесь, какой item хотели здесь? Без проблем. Item это struct, это класс. Я могу сделать любой. Могу item на один группа, другой группа, например. Есть item, который есть amount, а другой item может быть есть 100, не знаю, какой-то цена. А другой item может быть есть, не знаю, сколько это сильнее, можно или нет, какой, если будет, например, оружие какой. Все это возможно. Наконец, это item будет base class, потому что это struct. Да или нет? Я не делаю, но просто использовать такой-то type. Это номер, понимаете? Это key, что я делаю. Если, как сказали, что enum не хватает, да, key, тогда мне надо это поменять. Но это key. У меня на инвентаре, у меня нет key, есть item. Item, это класс. Например, ingredient for, это тоже как это crafting. У меня это класс. Не один. Это key только. Key я могу текст тоже, не проблема. Просто делаю enum, потому что удобнее, что это dropdown. Могу integer и могу еще текст. Это не проблема какой. Вот, потому что у меня, например, уже есть этот текст для это другой язык. У меня тоже есть текст для это icon, поэтому как ну enum просто удобнее, что dropdown. Все остальное мне это enum не надо. У меня есть item. Уже как есть все информация внутри какой. Это класс. Но struct это класс, поэтому могу сделать несколько item хочу по-другому, какой-то типа по-другому, но все остальное будет это item класс, все одинаково, как это interactive класс. Есть это base класс и все какой вариант, что у меня есть на игре. Просто так. Поэтому item, что я, например, использовал все, что я делаю, например, inventory, это будет item, а не item type. Это key, который я сделал. Да или нет? Вот это был вопрос, да? Что если я могу по-другому, item, например, если я хочу поставить на инвентарь 3 разные item, я могу поставить на инвентарь, да? Так. Ну и соль может быть. Хорошо. Я просто, у меня не проблема, я просто здесь, что есть люди вопросы, объяснюсь и так далее. Я просто хочу это узнать. Это было вопрос, что хотели несколько другие item, все поставить все вместе, например, на инвентарь, да? Типа такой. Что я могу поставить food, который это типа item, который есть, например, сколько калорий, хорошо? Ну, типа, есть type, amount и калория. А я могу там поставить, например, как сказали, tool, который будет сколько дней это работает, например, как сильнее, да? Ну и другая информация, потому что это типа другой item, да? Вот так я так говорю, что это класс, я могу сделать break класс и все поставить, просто item, ну не проблема какой, все так есть. И map тоже возможно такой-то класс, вот. А про, что сказали, это enum. Да, это может быть проблема. Если не хватает, конечно, тебе надо поменять. Точно, тебе надо поменять такие на другой формат, потому что так невозможно. Это да. Вот давай так поставить такое все место. Давай все закрепим миллион. Это не надо, это не надо, это не надо. Вот так, вопрос был какой так, если поставить items, вот так я объяснил, как так работает. Что я сделал, не помню. А, это человек. Окей. Угу. Хорошо, все это закончить. Anyways, time to leave. Ready time for lunch as usual. I will come tomorrow again as every single day. Thank you everyone for coming, and I hope to see you again in my streaming. Thank you. Bye bye.